call for 24 today, so I thought I would vlog it and bring you along. So let's get dressed. Good morning. Hi, little one. I just got back from being on vacation in Chicago, so we'll see what awaits for me at the hospital. I just got to my call room. I got checkout from my partner. I have quite a bit of patients to round on today. It's gonna be a busy morning. So I'm gonna pre-round first, go through everyone's chart, make sure everyone's doing good. I got cut off earlier. They came to make my bed and like change out the sheets because my partner slept here last night. Anyway, while she was doing that, I decided to do my makeup, so which is why I look a little bit different, a little bit more alive. I'm actually going to curl my hair. That's right, I brought my curling iron because I just didn't have time to do it this morning at home. I have some time here, so why not? Gonna curl my hair, pre-round, round, breakfast. Time to do my pre-rounding. I think I've explained this in a previous vlog. This is where I have my list of patients in front of me of everyone I have to round on. GYN patients, a antepartum patient. Antepartum are patients who are like preterm. They haven't delivered, they're not close to delivery, but they need to be admitted for a certain reason. For example, say they're P-prom or their membranes ruptured, their water broke early. They usually stay in house if that happens until they deliver. Or maybe we're trying to get blood pressure under control. Maybe there's a kidney infection, or maybe they're really sick and we need to keep them in house, but they're preterm, so we don't want to deliver them. So I have some antepartum patients I have to go see, and then I have a lot of postpartum patients. My partner was very busy yesterday and she did a lot of deliveries, and so now I get to round on them, make sure they're doing okay. Before I actually go to see the patient, I like to do a little pre-round where I just open up their chart on our EMR or on the computer, and I'll look at their vitals. I make sure all of that looks okay. I'll follow up on labs that need to be followed up on. I see on their chart if they're breast or bottle feeding. That way if they need help with anything, I'm at least prepared to talk about it. If there were any complications during the deliveries, I can follow up on that. Make sure they're not having heavy bleeding or pain or anything like that. So let's just pre-round for a minute. I know you guys don't watch this real time, obviously, but it took me forever to round. We have a lot of patients, but I'm back in my room. I already finished my coffee and I stopped by the doctor's lounge to get some breakfast. So I'm gonna quickly eat that, and now I need to chart, put in discharge orders, put in follow-up orders, and kind of go from there. All right, let's get to work. I want to show you guys my breakfast today. Eggs. Tons of bacon because I love bacon, a sausage patty, beans, and a little meat, I don't know, and of course hot sauce. All right, let's eat some breakfast. So not a terribly busy day. It took me forever to finish all of my notes and discharge orders and stuff like that, and triage has been really, really busy. So far there's just one in labor, but I've had to do a lot of talking today, a lot of counseling, a lot of education, which is fine. It obviously comes with my job. Maybe we can talk about, I don't know, I'll pick a subject, and maybe in the middle of this vlog we'll just do like a quick little teaching moment so that you guys can learn something. But for now, the most important thing is that I need to get food. So I'm currently on my way to grab some lunch. I think we ordered Pita Jungle, I think, or maybe it's Pita Kitchen, I can't remember, but I'm excited to eat some chicken and hummus. All right, here to give you guys a little bit of an update. I don't have a patient in labor. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. There's one patient of ours that's in labor. So we work with midwives. So she's actually a midwife patient. But I'm here obviously in case they need me or anything like that. But so far everything's been really good. It has been super busy as far as triage visits come. So if you're pregnant and you have some sort of issue or complaint, or you come to the hospital, we have an OB triage, which is an obstetrics triage. So all pregnant patients get seen here. So we've had a lot of triage visits today. I don't know if it's this like stormy weather that's causing things to stir up, but luckily everyone has been healthy and we've been able to send everyone home, which is a good thing. No one's trying to have preterm babies. I just got a call. I have one of my patients that's gonna come in for a C-section, and so we're gonna get ready for that. And I'm also going to help another one of the OBGYNs here do a C-section pretty soon. So I have grabbed my second cup of coffee for the day. I'm gonna try and sit and come up with some new TikTok and reel ideas while I have some downtime. A lot of the times if there's a topic that I need to brush up on my own, then I will research it and then I have content to make a reel or a TikTok on. So that's what I'm gonna do for the next little bit until I go assist that other OBGYN during her C-section. Since I do have a little bit of downtime, I wanted to go over something that recently came up, and it's also a question that I get a lot, whether it's from you guys in my DMs in the comment section or seeing real life patients. But I wanted to talk about how we date a pregnancy and how we come up with your due date. If you've been pregnant, you know that when you call to make your appointment, or maybe a nurse calls you or your OB or whatever it may be, we always ask you for your last menstrual period. That is because we date a pregnancy based off of your last menstrual period. So once you give us that date, we're able to calculate an estimated due date, or what we call an EDD, based off of that last menstrual period. Now, some women have irregular periods, or some women don't track their periods, so they don't know what their last menstrual period is. And I should clarify that your last menstrual period is the first day that you start bleeding. So you give us your last menstrual period or your LMP and we calculate the EDD, the estimated due date. Once we have that information, we want to have a confirmatory ultrasound. This is a first trimester ultrasound where we do measurements of the baby. So we want to say, hey, her last menstrual period was in September and the estimated due date is now in May. So we want to make sure that the baby's actually measuring appropriately. This is going to be really important because we want to confirm that the last menstrual period is actually accurate. So you go to your first appointment or you go to your first ultrasound appointment and you'll notice that they take measurements of the fetus. We do what's called a crown rump length, where we measure the baby essentially from the crown to the rump or the butt, and we get measurements that way. So you go for your appointment, we do measurements, and the baby's measuring spot on. You're supposed to be 8 weeks based off of your last menstrual period. Your baby's measuring 8 weeks, so we don't change the due date. So what happens if we do your ultrasound, but your baby's measuring, say, 8 weeks and 3 days, but you're supposed to be 8 weeks by your last menstrual period? We actually don't change the due date in this situation. We give a grace period of about 7 days. If this baby's measuring within those 7 days, we don't have to change the due date. So at that point, we would say that the LMP, or the last menstrual period, is consistent with the dating ultrasound, and we don't change your due date. So there's actually different guidelines that we can use that have been researched extensively to know when we change the due date. If you are less than 8 weeks and we do the ultrasound and the baby is measuring smaller or bigger by more than 5 days, then we change the due date. If you're between 9 weeks and 13 weeks, there's a 7-day discrepancy, and then we would change the due date. If you're farther along than that, let's say you're between 16 and 21 weeks, then if there's a 10-day discrepancy, we would change your date. If you're 22 to 27 weeks, if this baby is measuring at a 14-day discrepancy, then we would change the due date. And anything past that, so when you're in your 3rd trimester, the baby's growth would have to be 21 days or 3 weeks off for us to actually change the due date. So you may notice that sometimes when they're doing the ultrasound, if you look up at the screen, based on the measurements, it may be off by like 2 to 3 days from your estimated due date. but we will not change your due date. The best reliable dating that we have is an LMP that's consistent with a first trimester ultrasound. Okay, so there's your short and sweet little lesson on how we date pregnancies. I hope it wasn't terribly confusing. If you need me to explain it again or anything like that, let me know and I can make a TikTok or a reel or a YouTube short on it. All right, now I gotta go check on the status of that C-section, so let's go. Just got done assisting in a C-section. Went really well, baby's doing good, mom's doing good. Just saw my patient who is here for a repeat C-section. So she's getting all checked in, we're waiting on some lab work, and then we'll be able to roll back. But in the meantime, I need to do her H&P, put in some orders, and then we'll be ready for the surgery. All right, time to go do my C-section. It's a repeat. Repeats, depending on how many the patient has had, etc., repeats tend to take a little bit longer than a primary C-section, but that's okay. I also forgot my cute little scrub hat at home, so I have to wear this ugly one, but that's okay. All right, let's go do some surgery. I just realized I never checked in after the C-section. I did the C-section and it's like this wave of tiredness hit me. So I think I'm going to wash my face. I brought leftovers to eat, so I'm gonna heat up my leftovers. It's gonna sound funny. I really wanna watch the Olivia Rodrigo like documentary series thing on Disney+. So maybe I'll eat my food, put that on, and just kind of lay down. Currently, I do not have anyone in labor and I don't have anyone in triage. Have a little bit of downtime. Maybe I'll get to go through some emails. I just feel super tired, so I'm gonna wash my face and eat. I have to show you guys my assortment of food. So these are my leftovers. This was a HelloFresh meal. It's like their shepherd's pie, which is one of my favorites, actually really good, even though it doesn't look very pleasing right now. Some chips because I love Cool Ranch Doritos and I needed something salty. And for something sweet, an Oreo cheesecake. All right, time to eat. I'm gonna put on some Netflix while I eat and then hopefully get into bed and relax. Hey, what's up, everybody? I just got done helping with a C-section, an emergency C-section, kind of like an earlier type of situation. Because I'm the OB hospitalist at my hospital, if there ever comes an emergency or the first assist can't get here on time or something like that, obviously I'm here in-house, so I'm happy to help. Everything went really good, but you guys, it's been crazy. I laid down, went to bed at 9 p.m. and I got one phone call for an admitted her, and then I've just been sleeping until they called me at like 3:45 or it was like 4 to help with that section. That's pretty amazing. So I've gotten some really good sleep, which has been really, really good. Now I have my after surgery snack. This has been my go-to snack after either tough cases or just surgery in the middle of the night. It's my little hospital cocktail of cranberry juice and ginger ale, and it is amazing. It just hits differently to have that. It's so refreshing. I absolutely love it. Something about cranberry juice and ginger ale, chef's kiss. This is my other snack, number 2, another bag of Doritos. So I'm gonna sit here, eat my snack, maybe get on TikTok, Instagram, or watch a YouTube video or something. My shift is almost over. I have an alarm set for 6:30, so I have about 2 more hours to sleep and or relax. I'll check back in later. The nurses just called me. The patient I admitted overnight is complete and ready to have a baby, so I need to get some boots on and get ready for a delivery. Okay, so I am done with that delivery. It went really, really well. It was emotional and beautiful. It was such a good delivery. Now I'm going to chart my delivery, and it's pretty close to my checkout time. We check out to each other, like me and my partner, at 7 a.m. It is now 6:15, so I'm gonna prepare the list so that when she comes on, she knows exactly what she needs to do, who she needs to see, all that stuff. So let's chart and get ready. Well, I am officially done with my 24-hour shift. It was pretty good. Now to make the drive home so that I can take a nap and go to bed. So I just got home. I took Ash out on a walk, fed him breakfast. I'm now heating up some food for myself. Then I'm gonna eat and shower and go back to sleep. Not sure what I'll do today, but I definitely still feel like I need like a good 4 more hours of sleep. So I'll wake up this afternoon and hopefully have myself a nice little productive day. Thank you guys for following along on another 24-hour shift. If you've watched my other one, which I'll leave linked down below, you can see how incredibly different one shift can look like from the other. The very first one I posted was an insane day. I did something like 10 deliveries, whereas yesterday I did a C-section and a vaginal delivery and assisted 2 other doctors in C-sections. So really not a bad shift, but at the end of the day, sleeping at the hospital, it's not that comfortable, so I'm definitely ready for some more sleep. All right, you guys, if you're not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button and become part of this family. I will leave all of my social media linked down below, from Facebook to Instagram to Facebook. I don't even have a Facebook. This is when I know I'm tired. I will leave all of my social media linked down below, Instagram, TikTok, and my blog, which I write in Spanish and in English. I love you guys so much. I hope you guys loved this video. If you want to see more vlogs, please let me know in the comments. Have yourself a really good day. Always remember to be kind and show love to everyone around you. I love you guys. Bye.